Spider-Man! I don't know how you found me, but there's no way you're getting me this time.
Hey, Shocker. You look different somehow. Have you been reupholstered?
Still a comedian, huh?
Come on, Spider. Let's take this guy out.
Welcome back to Spider-Man 2, the Let's Play here once again with...
Spider-Man.
Welcome to the Shocker fight, which, I actually kind of enjoyed.
Shocker! You can't escape me. I'll change you to the ends of the earth.
This is it. This is the entire fight. Occasionally, goons will spawn. Black Cat will fight the goons. The goons do nothing. They might occasionally get a hit on you, but it's nothing hardcore. And you deal with Shocker, and all you gotta do is get close enough to Shocker to get off one combo. He sets off this thing, which you're supposed to avoid, but I didn't realize this until it was too late.
Yeah, nothing about that attack animation screams danger, avoid.
Now, here's my thing, to be fair. The range on this shield is massive. It's ginormous. Look at that. So you have to essentially be able to run the length of the room one way or the other in order to get rid of it. Which would be okay if it wasn't for all of this shit in the middle of the room. If you're locked on to Shocker, like I usually am for most of the fight, when you start running away, you can't see what the fuck is actually in your way. So you end up running up against the wall for 5 seconds, and that ultimately leads to you getting ragdolled across the room. So this fight, while fun, is also incredibly slow. You only get 4 hits off on him at max before you have to run away like a little girl.
So what you're saying is, it's not fun.
No, it's still fun, it's just slow.
Well, I mean, Spider-Man fights shouldn't really be slow. I mean, there is the whole thing about Spider-Man tends to be more of a strategic fighter, but this isn't really a case of that. This is more hit him, run away, and that's not really what Spider-Man should be about.
I will grant you that. I think the general problem is this fucking location. I think it's an absolutely retarded place to have a boss fight. If you were supposed to hide from Shocker...
I don't know, what could possibly be considered retarded? Those giant wind fans aren't retarded at all.
The wind fans actually don't even come into play. They don't, like, if you jump through them, it doesn't, if you're actively jumping through them, they won't sit there and, like, change your direction or anything. You can just leap straight through them. It's only if you land on them that they actually will sit there and start moving you. So all of this shit is just like window dressing. It serves no purpose.
It's not like Shocker uses them.
Yeah, if Shocker was able to destroy this stuff, which technically he should, because, to nerd out, Shocker produces vibration waves, which he uses oftentimes to just collapse a building around Spider-Man, not necessarily to, hurt him directly.
Vibra waves!
So this fight should technically just be, I'm gonna bring all this shit down on top of Spidey. Like, this crane should fucking be destroyed, but it doesn't, because that's not how this game works.
What, you want them to implement a destructible environment engine?
Yeah.
Oh.
This fight should have had that. This room would have made sense if by the end of the fight, it's just one giant fucking open space.
Well, I guess that would have taken a little bit more effort than they wanted to have.
Clearly, and that's why it didn't do it, and that's why this fight suffers. But, compared to the Doc Ock... I think the best comparison should be the last boss fight, which was Doc Ock fight, and they put Doc Ock in a...
Spoilers!
Room. No, we just fought Doc Ock in the bank.
Oh, the last boss fight, not the last.
Yeah. We fought Doc Ock in the bank, and they put him in a tiny fucking room with a bunch of goons that you had to fight too, because there was no Black Cat to distract him. So the fight actually kind of blew, because you've got this giant dude with all these arms flailing all over the place, and it's just like wailing on B.
One side.
Yeah, it's... If only they had put as much effort into combat as they had into
Everything.
You know, yeah. As they put into everything else.
Yeah.
Like...
Kame.
No, we're not... It's okay. She landed on 2 pillows.
I love this walk.
You okay? Oh, yeah. He just caught me off guard. I'll be ready for him next time. Listen, I gotta get going. I have some things I need to do. See ya.
As anything else, yeah. So, this is the new chapter, which I like to call, Seriously Parker Lighten the Fuck Up. And I wanted to show off the best move in the entire game, so cut straight to the Empire State Building, and we'll call this the Owen Hart.
Cleaning the slate with your blood!
Peter, great timing. Jonah was just yelling for you. Go on in.
Thanks, Betty. You were looking for me, Mr. Jameson?
Parker, where were you 15 minutes ago? There's a Latvian diplomat coming into the city by helicopter. He's landing any moment, and I need a photo. Now get over there like your job depended on it.
Got it, Mr. Jameson.
Help! Martians are robbing the Speedy Mart!
Alien invaders holding up a convenience store. This I have to see.
I wonder what's going to happen.
I don't know, Rex Majors. What is going to happen?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to slowly take our time.
Make no sudden movements, Earthling. I require large amounts of your currency.
Sure, Space Dude, whatever you say. Just don't disintegrate me or whatever.
How low the mighty have fallen.
You dare to challenge the infinite might of Mysterio? I will destroy you utterly.
Oh shit. Oh shit!
You bear witness to the majesty and glory of my power. Prepare to die.
This is what a boss fight should be.
I will not hold back.
It is. I think it's the best boss fight in the game. I know I've said that before, but I think this goes without question.
Okay, this is actually an incredibly difficult fight. See, right now, his controller is vibrating, and he has to move in the direction at the exact tempo of which his controller vibrates.
No, I just was like, fuck it. So I decided to walk around and show off the textures.
You have proven yourself a worthy foe, so I offer you this last chance to withdraw from the
That's the worst pinball machine.
And how absolutely low-res all of these textures are. Except for the Mitsu thing.
Really? I'm warning you. I've been generous to a fault, but your time is running out.
Oh, he's got some great lines in this. It's such a good fight.
What happens if you walk out?
I don't know. I should have tried that. Because you probably can, since this game is all procedurally generated. The city doesn't magically disappear, and you don't magically go to another map. Here we go.
All right.
Whoa, that was sick, dude. You rock so hard, Spidey.
No way.
I give up. Don't hit me again.
Quentin Beck, I presume. Say cheese. Great.
Oh, I love that fight.
Get a job.
Now to get these photos to the Bugle. Get a job.
It's so fun. It's such a great little gag. The 3 bars building up in the middle of the cutscene, which should be your first tip right there, that they have, like, suddenly this graphic show up in the middle of a cutscene. And then all it takes is just one hit. It's...
When I first played that as a kid, I was panicking so fucking hard.
Of course, you see 3 bars of health show up, and you're like, oh man!
I have to see Jonah. I have pictures of Spider-Man for him.
Okay, Pete. Go on in.
Parker, what do you want?
I have some photos you might want to see. Remember Quentin Beck? Turns out he was Mysterio.
So, Beck and Spider-Man were in cahoots all along.
How can you look at those pictures and say that?
I don't have time for your moral outrage, Parker. I'm trying to run a paper here and make sure my son's wedding to Jean Marie doesn't bankrupt me.
Her name is Mary Jane.
Yeah, right. I'll give you $200 for the lot. You can collect your money on your way out.
What did I ever do to Jameson? What could he possibly have against me?
Help me! Someone help me!
Need a hand?
I have the world's slowest reaction time.
Don't hurt me!
My reaction time is pretty slow, too.
Wait, I'm trying to help. I'm so sick of everyone hating me. I'm going to go give the Bugle's esteemed publisher a piece of my mind. He's messed up my reputation long enough.
Hey, where's the fire?
I don't have time to talk. I need to have a word with the publisher of the Daily Bugle.
Whoa there, mighty one. Take a deep breath.
That paper has turned half the city against me. I'm sick and tired of it.
Well, I'm sure that bursting into the Bugle offices and yelling will clear everything up. All I'm saying is, you may want to calm down. You seriously need to loosen up. Have more fun. You're a superhero. You swing through New York City in brightly colored tights.
I like my costume.
The point is, here you are. Powers far beyond those of mortal men. And you're pouting on a rooftop. What's up with that?
I guess you're right. What did you have in mind?
Well, I did find Shocker again. And I am dying for some payback.
Sounds good.
All right. Showtime, baby.
This is the most sense anybody in this game has made.
Yeah, except for the part where her idea of fun is another shitty boss fight with the guy you just fought.
Well, ignoring that, because you don't know it's going to be a shitty boss fight, her point is valid. Why the fuck are you up here on this rooftop playing Linkin Park?
I'm surprised that you found Shocker again.
When you could just be swinging through the city, having a fucking blasty blast and a half.
Wall crawling in my skin.
These wounds actually will heal relatively fast because of my advanced genetic mutations. Wait, that doesn't work at all. That's terrible. I hate this roof. This stupid fucking roof pisses me off. But luckily, it's followed by the smartest thing they've done so far for the game.
Yep.
And something I'm amazed they haven't introduced like fucking 10 chapters ago. This makes so much more sense in terms of making this game more dynamic, like they clearly want it to be. You're in the middle of this chase scene, and then all of a sudden, oh look, there's goons that you have to fight. We've got to go knock out the goons before we're able to continue on with the thing we started before. Like, the last part, you're told to go find... I love it just counts it as he's dead midway through the spinning pile driver.
No sweat.
There's no hope for him.
No, he's screwed. You're told to go find the Latverian dictator. No, diplomat. Latverian diplomat. We don't know its doom.
Well, they can't say it's doom because 20th Century Fox owns the copyright to that.
Yep. So it could be anybody, but they're from Latveria. So you're told to go find... You're told to go find this diplomat and go take his pictures. They give you the little, story plot icon on the map. You go swing towards it, and then it just stops midway through for the Mysterio thing. Which would be fine if it wasn't for the fact that now we've completely ignored the Latverian thing, and it matters not. It's like it just didn't even happen.
You would think I'd be better at following.
You could have had both of them pop up. You could have had, okay, I gotta go fight Mysterio. It takes one punch, you knock him out, and then before you go deliver the pictures, you go find more pictures, and they don't.
That would involve Peter Parker being a smart employee, and he is not that.
In-game reasons aside, it makes more sense to do something like that. And they started doing it again right here. They do it like twice. They realize that this chase scene is going to take forever because you actually get to go onto Liberty Island. No, it's not Liberty Island.
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt Island. Yeah, there you go. So you get to swing across the bridge and everything, but in the middle of that, they make sure to break it up by having these goons fight you, which are incredibly easy, by the way. They're not a challenge at all. But you could have done that well before. You could have done this in the first fight, or in the first chase sequence that you have.
Yeah, lead the way.
I like that you left him next to her, like a little present.
Yeah.
Ooh, which one is the real cat?
Look, I found this for you. Can you lower that dress just a little bit more?
Okay, there, Tiger.
Look, he's a 17-year-old. Well, okay, he's older in the movie.
I do actually like him swinging under that bridge. I think that's a very Spider-Man thing to do.
Yeah, well, if you try to not swing across, that's the fun. Even in-game mechanics, if you try to sit there and do it above the bridge and do it with the cars, it's almost fucking impossible to do. All those cross beams and everything just serve to get in your way, so you quickly realize, no, I'm going to do it under the bridge. Yeah, the game starts... It's very weird how it starts to introduce mechanics late into the game that it should have introduced way earlier. And then I have to sit here and run around the side.
Whoa, this is an old Oscorp research lab. Shock's moving up in the world.
Yeah, some kind of space propulsion thing. I wasn't really paying attention. I'm gonna find another way in. I'll meet you inside.
I did have to show this off because I wasn't quite sure if I was going to cut this video or not, so I was like, I better save just in case.
Okay, this is now an informative LP. We're showing you the save load screen.
Here you go. This is all the menus. I've covered all the bases. This
is us being informative. This isn't, you know, lazy editing. This is us being informative.
Fuck you, lazy editing. There's no way to cut this son of a bitch out because they make you walk through 3 different buildings, or 3 different rooms just to be able to fight them. Believe me, I tried to find a cut point. And then there's multiple doors just to fuck with you. It's like, what the fuck?
It's almost like they didn't know about LP when they made this game in 2004.
Shut up.
About time you losers got here. I must have told every lowlife in New York where to find me.
A trap?
Don't take it too hard, Cat. Shocker's a crafty one. No? Wait, I'm thinking of someone else.
Get ready. Here comes the pain.
I hate it when he says that.
There's a weird part about all of these one-on-one boss fights that I actually kind of enjoy.
I'm gonna find some way to shut down that force field.
You don't really have to do much, mainly because one-on-one against almost everybody that isn't Green Goblin or Doc Ock, Spidey can whip everybody's ass.
Okay, I got it.
So all you have to do is just avoid everything, and it's ridiculously easy when he's firing giant
Give me a break.
blades of vibrating energy, or...
I guess now is a good time to talk about Shocker. Shocker is a fucking terrible villain. He is a poor man's Electro, and if you know anything about Electro, you know that that's a pretty shitty thing to be.
I was right! Look at that shield go down. Let's go teach Shocker a lesson.
Because why have a villain that shoots bolts of vibro sound when you already have a villain who shoots bolts of lightning?
Yeah,
and you could say, like, oh, it's because Shocker and Electro have such different personalities, but they don't. Shocker has no personality in the comics or in this. There's just this, you know, yeah, he's just that guy who says things like, I'm gonna pulverize you, and that's it. He doesn't really have a personality.
Well, he kind of does, depending on who's touching him. Depending on the actual story or whatever. He's supposed to be a professional hitman who's given this suit, and he's worried about his reputation, so he wants to make sure that he...
Someone shift that running.
He always gets his... Yeah, look. Because I realize you don't even have to dodge, you just have to run around until Black Cat finds the next panel to unlock, and then you run up here and have almost no problem dodging everything, unless you decide to actively try to dodge.
Just get that other panel and a shield
The whole goal,
down.
and it's kind of actually getting to what you were talking about, the whole goal is to ignore Shocker. If you actively try to engage him, you start getting your ass kicked. But if you just ignore his blast, because it's like, yeah, whatever the fuck, who cares? You're fine. Spectacular Spider-Man handles him awesomely.
He is... Yes, the anime series portrays him and Electro as two very different people. Electro is a loose cannon who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and Shocker, despite being theoretically less powerful, is much more dangerous because... much more dangerous.
I didn't realize he was going to get slowed down when I went into Spidey sense.
Shields up again.
Yeah, he's like a professional hitman.
Blasts, okay?
And
it's a really good series. Anyone who's a fan of Spidey should check it out. The character models are rather simplistic, but that's only because they wanted to have the budget to give Spidey really good motion in battle, and it works spectacularly. No pun intended, I promise.
What I've generally found about Electro is that he's usually only used to fill out the ranks. That's the reason why his costume sucks so bad, is because it's at least fun to draw in color. Which is why 9 times out of 10, actually, you'll see him on the same team as fucking Electro, and then you're like, fucking why?
That shield is really getting on my nerves. I'm gonna figure out a way.
I love how they have Black Cat trying to figure out the electronics, while Spidey is the one who sits there and has to punch the dude to death.
This guy gave you trouble, Spider?
Yeah, well, I was young.
In general, this boss fight is exactly the same as the last fight, outside of the shield. Black Cat tries to find a way to bring down the shield. You go press a button on the opposite side, and then the shield goes down. You punch him a bunch of times, he brings up this stupid giant barrier thing. Shield goes back up, wash, rinse, repeat.
What I don't get is, why Shocker, of all the villains from the first game, to bring back? Why not bring back Vulture or Kraven?
Vulture would have been fun as hell. They had this this whole chase sequence for Black Cat. You could have had a chase sequence boss fight very easily, and it would have been a lot more fun than in Spidey 1, because you could have had him fly dynamically through the city, rather than on those shitty paths that they had him on in the first game. Like, literally, I just stood there and let Shocker hit me with that stupid thing to see if it did anything. It doesn't even do any damage. The only time you can ever be damaged by him is that giant barrier. These little pillars, they don't do anything. So it was like, alright, that's pretty damn easy.
Still a boring name.
Was that as good for you as it was for me?
I have to admit, you were right. I feel much better.
You see? I told you, baby. Stick with me and you'll be fine. Come see me next time you're feeling down, alright? I'll see you around.
She's pretty amazing, don't you think, Shock?
I think my career has just hit a new low.
Ah, who cares what you think? If only all my problems could be settled with flashy climactic battles.
You heard the man. That's pretty much it. With next chapter, we're going to...
Time to set the Brooklyn Bridge on fire.
Oh, no. We're going to go talk to MJ.
Oh.
Beck and Spider-Man were in cahoots all along.
He's messed up my reputation long enough.
Don't hurt me!
That paper has turned half the city against me. I'm sick and tired of it.